He is unplugged from here, but boy, we are plugged in. We got Rays talk, we got football talk, we got college football, the playoff. What about USF? When are they going to get in a bigger conference? This shirts off. What's this sweeping the nation? These young guys at Major League ballparks are taking off their shirts. Thank God. I haven't seen a lot of overweight guys. Thank God I haven't seen a lot of older guys. Thank you, Lord. Thank you upstairs. I don't ask for much. The man upstairs, please, please, please. That I don't want to see. That I don't want to see. No, it's a great time to be a Tampa Bay sports fan, a Rays fan, baseball. Can you believe it? How are you? All right, Rock Raleigh in the air chair, noon until 2. And then I will tomorrow, remember tomorrow, it's going to be Shane Baz throwing for the Orioles. It's a day game. So we will be preempted tomorrow. I will be on from 6 to 7 o'clock. I'm going to be going over and touring the new USF football stadium on campus. So I'll have a lot on that and a lot more football tomorrow. And then back Thursday and Friday, noon to 2, while Nick is cavorting and having a good time on his vacation. So I love being here with you today. Let me welcome in our executive producer, Mr. Tim Bernard. He does a great job. Tim, what's happening? Happy Tuesday, buddy.
What's going on, Rock?
What's going on with those Rays, man? What is going on with the Rays?
Talk about red hot.
Dang. Now, look, the question has been, can it be sustainable? And you know what? I was talking with my neighbor, and that was the topic. And this pace over 162 days, this pace, I don't think is sustainable. But I'm telling you, whether it was small ball, and then last night, they go long ball. Look at all the runs they were scoring. You got good pitching. Shane McClanahan was probably not with his best stuff, but he still put his team in position to win. The bullpen helped out. I mean, they're winning in all different ways, and that is just a sign of a good team. You know what I mean, Tim?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we were talking about this off air right before the show.
Yeah.
Which team is...
All right, here's the first take. Here's the first hot take of the day. He is a big hot take guy, and he backs up his hot take. So give the first hot take.
Well, the first hot take is which of these race teams are more, how do I say this? Which of these teams is legit or true? Is it the team that gave up 8 runs on Saturday in the 10th inning, or is it this team that scored 16 last night? I would err more towards the 16-run team, but we've seen at the start of the season how the bullpen can shut down at times. So I would err more towards what happened last night than Saturday, but I think that there's a perfect mix, obviously.
So I don't think you're going to I don't know if that's going to be a good argument, only because how many games have they been winning? How many games have they looked good compared to like one clunker? If they were like 50-50, I think that would be more like, all right, which team are we seeing? But that was just one really, really, really bad inning compared to the big sample size that we have on just how good they're doing.
Well,
and go ahead.
And the other thing is, too, I think what I'm doing is I'm also projecting on what the end of the season is going to look like, and I'm not saying that they're going to fall off a cliff. I'm not, like when I look at it and I think, okay, which of these two teams, the Saturday team or the last night's team, are closer to who this team actually is? I do think that it is closer to last night's team than it is Saturday's team.
I think 90% of the fans are going to say that.
But at the same time, we've also seen at the start of the season that the bullpen has had their moments. Now, they have been stellar.
That is true.
I have the stats to back up how stellar this bullpen has been. But there have been moments where you can sit there and be like, do you really trust them? And for most of the season, yes. But some of these others, not so much.
So since this is the Nick Wise show, and Nick is big on hot takes, and producer Tim is big on hot takes, this is the hot take show. So I'm normally more stories. give you what I've seen and heard. But you know what? I mean, hey, when in Rome, I mean, this is the hot take show. So here's another one. Right now, how many Rays should be on the American League All-Star team? How many? How many this year? I think this could be a record-breaking year.
Over under 5.
There's a good one because you're right about where I would be. I think you got to go right away. Yandy, Junior Caminero, and Aranda. Then I think you've also got to go number 4, Nick Martinez right now. So if it's number 5, is it Sugar Shane McClanahan? Is it Drew Rasmussen? Look at the numbers. I think you could make an argument right now for 5, Tim. And that would be shocking to the baseball world. Maybe not, though.
Don't forget Chandler Simpson there, Rock.
That's another possibility. And Major League Baseball would love that. And the eyeballs that he would bring, the excitement, the base stealing, the slashing, the bunting. When have we ever seen an all-star make it strictly on stolen bases and bunting, no home runs? So we got that. So here's what we got today. I don't know if I even mentioned everything we got today. Okay, so obviously it's the Rays. This is fun. This is fun. And also, well, let me just give you the lowdown. 12:30, we're going to go a little college football. Brett McMurphy. He is America's insider when it comes to college football news on 3. He started his career here in Tampa, the Tampa Tribune, and went on ESPN and all these national platforms, and he is your insider when it comes to college football news. And right now, there's a debate on the college football playoff. Does it stay at 12? Does it expand? Does it go 16? Do you go 24? Is that too much? Who is going to eventually decide this? You've got a lot of the big conferences that do want to expand. Some college football coaches do want it to expand because it will have more teams being able to be in the mix for the college football playoff, so that helps them. And then there even are some other college football coaches that say, you know what, that's a little bit too much. Anyway, and then USF, the question I get from everybody, USF, they're building the stadium. They got Heartline. Look at what they're doing in football. When are they going to get in a bigger conference? What is that possibility? So we are going to discuss that at 12:30 today with Brett McMurphy. He's the best in the business. And then 1 o'clock, he is the Rays TV legendary play-by-play voice, the only Rays play-by-play TV voice that the Rays have ever had and still going strong, the one, the only Dwayne Statz. Dwayne Statz, what's it like for him? I saw him, and he was walking into Tropicana Field. I was ready to go in the clubhouse pregame, and he had a big smile on his face, and he just loves what he does, and how that makes his job so much more fun when a team is winning compared to a team that is just losing, and baseball is long. Look, if it's Gene Deckerhoff or whoever is going to be the new play-by-play voice. It's only 17 games, but baseball is day in and day out. And when you got a team that's bad and you got to be broadcasting for 9 innings and your team's getting their ass kicked, that ain't easy. That ain't easy. But Dwayne Statz has been around so long, he's got some great stories. And the one that I love is when he worked with Harry Carey. How about that? That is great. Harry Carey, what a legend. I'll tell you one little one, but that's going to be at 1 o'clock. I was asking Dwayne a couple of years ago, what was it like to work with Harry Carey? You know, and Harry Carey could walk on water in Chicago. And he's like, oh, he was unbelievable. He could go out after a game at 11:30 at night and eat a full steak, baked potato, drink beers, and then go home and go to sleep. I was like, oh, that heavy of a meal at the end of his career? What a legend. So anyway, Dwayne Statz will be by at 1 o'clock. And you, I love to converse with you. Let's go. Let me give out the numbers. 888-388-0957. Once again, 888-388-0957. 0957. You can always text in at 82945. And remember, you got to start your text with DAE. But yeah, I mean, oh my God. I mean, and also I was there like I say, I'm there 4 hours before, and I watched the Rays yesterday just decided to skip batting practice. Now, if you don't follow Major League Baseball closely, like, it's not a big thing. It's such a routine and it's such a long grind that sometimes managers just like to break it up a little bit. Come in a little bit later. You remember Joe Madden when he did the American Legion deal? Do you remember that? American Legion baseball night. Now, if any of you have played baseball past high school or even in high school, I'm sure wherever you all were, you may have played Legion baseball, American Legion. You know, I'm from the Northeast, New Jersey. I played American Legion. And what Joe Madden was referencing is come to the ballpark already with your uniform on and just come out and stretch. And there's no BP, no infield, and just take the field and break it up. And I remember at the time, it was the Safety Harbor American Legion post that they helped out, and they came, and there was a big sign in the clubhouse of American Legion post, whatever their number is in Safety Harbor. And it was great. It was just do something like that, break up the monotony. And so it sure worked yesterday, but I didn't see the schedule out yet, so I don't know if they're going to skip batting practice today. The other thing that I noticed is pretty much every Major League Baseball club does this, and it's usually the pitchers. They throw the football around. One runs out for a pass, the other one throws it. It's just you're throwing a different motion. It doesn't put as much strain on your shoulder. You're throwing it from your ear. And I've seen a lot of guys do that, and the Baltimore Orioles were doing that yesterday. But it was kind of strange because the Rays didn't come out for batting practice, and it was the Orioles, and they came out early, and they were doing all their pregame. But anyway, it was just a demolishing 16 runs, 16-6. Yandy and Junior Caminero, 4 RBIs each. Yandy 4 hits. Junior a home run and 4 ribbies. Ryan Valade, how about this guy? He had 3 ribbies. Johnny DeLuca, 3 RBI. And the Rays had 18 hits. It is now best record in baseball. Best record in all of Major League Baseball at 31-15. The first 5 in the lineup went 13 for 24 with 15 RBIs. I still say RBIs. I know the official term is RBI. I say RBIs. How many RBIs you get? How many ribbies you get? How many RBI did you get? But anyway, they lit up Trevor Rogers, and we shall see. Taylor Walls, 7-game hitting streak. 3 runs scored. He's hitting. Now, I did have a chance to talk with Carson Williams. I'll play a little bit of that for you. They brought him up. Didn't look that great last night, but again, it's one game. You can't get too high or too low. But it's very, very interesting with a kid this young, this much talent. I know he was swinging and missing, and he told me what he's working on, but they worked him in the minors the last 6 games or so at both second base and at third base. And yes, Ben Williamson, he's got some back tightness, and everybody thinks it's just about that. No, I think the Rays are looking at it like, look, you cannot take Taylor Walls out. Carson Williams is a talent. He's got a lot of pop, and he loves it. He said, hey, man, I get a chance to play next to Taylor Walls. I'll play second. He'll even play third at times. You might need somebody that if Junior Caminero goes down, you know what I mean? But all in all, man, it is fun. It is fun. All right. I do want to ask, have you seen this? What is the trend called, Tim, where they take off their
tarps off?
Tarps off. Tarps off. The one thing that I do not want to see is an older gentleman. And especially, you know what, if you're younger and he's overweight, that doesn't get me too much. I don't know. But should there be an age limit? should there be an age limit for tarps off? If you didn't know, it was started in St. Louis. Stephen F. Austin, their baseball club. So these are smaller guys. They started it in St. Louis. The young guys at the Rays game at Tropicana Field did it last night. What would you think would be a legitimate age limit that you don't want to see a gentleman join this tarps off Rays group? I don't know if we'll find out. We'll see if Tim has an age limit that you just, where you just don't want to see a guy with his shirt off. We'll continue. I'm Rock Roddy in the air chair for Nick Wise.